I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Hope everybody's having a great evening. And welcome. For those of you that happen to join the roaming prepper, myself, and I see my compadre in the chat, Mad Shad. We just got done doing a live on his channel, and I want to welcome everybody. And we're going to have some more fun tonight. Mad Shad, do me a favor. Type in the word vision, drop your link. If you guys aren't familiar with Mad Shad, you need to go check him out. Great guy. I see you, Mad Shad. Before we start with our topic, you know me, I'm that guy that we're going to go around the block. How's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody been doing this week? What's everybody going to be doing this evening? Hello to my amazing moderators, Triple Threat, Ride and Die, and Donna Divine Prepping. Thank you. I got some amazing moderators. They will shoot you, boot you, and walk over the dead body parts. Badass thing, good to see you. Bougie, I see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. But everybody having a good evening, I hope. Fed Up American, good to see you as well. Magic, welcome. So, as you all pretty much know, tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about how much gear do you have that you haven't tested out? And why not? Still boxed up, doesn't work, haven't got to it. I actually started going through all of my gear, and there's a few things that I haven't actually got to testing out for sure. Badass Stang says he's just been working hard and going over his race card bill sheet. Uh-oh, there you go. Happy birthday, Badass Stang. Yeah, it's been a week. Fall is upon us, and winter is around the corner. That is for sure. Exactly. Again, happy birthday. So, what have I been doing this week? I have been cleaning up the garden, tearing stuff out. I'm going to bring in all my peppers because I'm going to continue to grow those year round. And just getting stuff done outside, closing stuff up, getting ready to start blowing leaves all over the place and getting ready for the snow to fly. Yeah, exactly, Magic. There he is. He's been thinking about the stuff he's purchased and haven't officially tried. Yeah, I'm with you, and we all do that. So, you know, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. You know, I have gear that I've bought that I haven't even tested it out. Um, I did test out a new sling bag I picked up and just threw some stuff in it and started walking with it just to see how it feels. And if I want to make that my new everyday carry bag that, you know, I keep in my truck with stuff in it, so forth and so on. Uh-oh, Mad Shad. I get to try my mucks when the snow comes. I know that's right. And up there, you're going to need them, bro. You definitely going to need them up there. That's for sure. But, you know, I've been trying out a backpack, and um, I did purchase 2 new tents this summer. I put the larger one up, and I did a video on it. It's a 3-second tent that pretty much sets itself up. It's nice. And I also have a smaller one, but I need to put them up and check them out in the rain. But I just haven't gotten around to it. You know, Magic says night vision, new drone cam, new cams, still working on programming them and gaining ground slowly. I'm with you. I've got some drones that I haven't even taken out the box yet, which I need to, and I need to get the feel of them, how they operate, excuse me, and go from there. Um, Badass says, "Mad, I got my bed and bowl of soup for when the snow comes." Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, you know, we got to test out our gear, folks. If you're the type that has bought things and just put them away, it's best to break them out, test them before you actually need them, because number one, you need to become familiar with it, how it works, how it operates, so that in a possible stressful time, you don't fumble and stumble around with it. And you know how it works. And if it malfunctions while you're testing it before you actually need it, you can either replace it, return it, or toss it and say, you know what, that's junk, and go from there. Bougie, a manual hand grinder. Haven't pulled it out yet. Don't have the room to set it up. Yeah, I picked up a hand grinder that bolts to the counter, which I haven't even pulled that out to use or test out yet. Yeah, I'm with you. But we need to test out our gear before we need it, so we know how to fix it if something happens, let alone if it just completely fails, toss it and have a backup, or have something else we can go to and use. Right. Uh-oh, Mad Shad, his new axe hasn't tested out. So you're waiting on the zombies to show up, Mad Shad. Yes, I'm with you. Yeah. So you know, we have to test our gear. You know, I've got something just as simple. I have this here. This, and I'll show you this once I get it opened up and taken apart. This is a cook set. Okay. Here's the cup, brand new, haven't even used it, tested out. Drink out of the cup, and here's the burner that rolls around like that, hooks to the bottom of the sterno can, has an electric igniter on it, and there's the pot. Break it out, open up the stand on it, put the pot on it, and start cooking. So I need to test this out just to make sure that everything's everything and everything works well. Which I'll get to it sooner or later, but You know, right now I haven't, but I need to. And I have a bunch of these sterno cans, but I keep one in the pot so that if I need to go, I can grab it and go, or throw it in my bag. But, you know, these are the things we need to test out to make sure we know how they operate. You know, I need to use one to see exactly everything I can cook with just one particular sterno can, you know, and see how long that one particular can will use or last. But we need to test out our gear, especially when it comes to weapons. You want to get familiar with it. Take it, go to the range and shoot it. Thanks, badass. I forget where I even got that thing at, but I got it online somewhere, and I said, "Oh, I need one of those," so I got it. But I need to test it out and put it through its paces. So I may do a video and walk out in the woods and spend an afternoon out there with it. You know, because it's important. Because some of the gear that we have may be a lifesaver. And if it malfunctions while we're actually in the process of using it, could cost us our life or somebody else's life. So we want to make sure that we test out our gear. Bronze Flat Power God, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you showed up. By the way, folks, do me a favor. Hit the like button, up, down, around. I don't care. Just show some love to the YT algorithms so that, you know, we can go on. You got to practice, especially with firearms. I got some new shells for Eli, and I want to run a box of them through it to make sure that Eli performs. For sure. Right. Test different ways, like Fed Up American said. You know, he tests different ways to start fires every so often. I do it too. Absolutely. That's the major thing. You know, I always keep a lighter in my pocket, but, you know, ain't nothing like getting out the ferro rod and pulling out fire starter or a cotton ball and Vaseline and get a fire started. See how long it takes me. Also, another item, if you haven't tested it out, would be tourniquets. If you don't know how to use a tourniquet, get professional training. Everybody should take a Stop the Bleed course and learn how to use a cat tourniquet, soft T tourniquet. It can save your life, and learn how to wound pack. Okay, for sure. Yeah, Mad Shad, Eli. That's right. Eli don't play. Eli is very reliable. But yeah, folks, get medical training. If you have medical supplies, you have to use it. You have to practice with it. Learn how to use it because it may be the difference between life and death. That's very, very, very important. Make sure you know how to use it, as well as gauze, Israeli bandages, any type of medical instrument. You know, even the zip stitch to close minor wounds that necessarily may not need stitches, but know how to use zip stitches if you have them. I have them. I've used them, and they work. So, you know, practice what we preach. We talk about preps and having this gear and that gear and all of this. What good is it if you haven't used it, if you haven't practiced it, if you make sure it works? You might as well not have it. You just wasted money if it's still sitting in a box. Welcome, Wolfang. Good to see you again, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you again. So, folks, that's some of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is our gear, because we take it serious. So why not practice with it? Those are the things that we have to do. Magic said, I just made 2 first aid boxes recently. Just check one. Right. Whether your first aid kit, folks, make sure you have everything in there you need and that you can use everything in there. That's critical. That is very critical. I have to practice what I preach. It's hypocrisy at its best. If you say something and you don't do it or haven't done it, I'll be the first to tell you, nope, I don't know how to do that. But wait a minute, I know somebody who does. Let me find out. I'll get back to you. That's the name of the game. And, that's how it goes. And that's what we have to do. We have to practice, 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 train, train, train. If you go out and buy a new weapon, you don't just set it in a box and put it away and I'll use it when I need it. No, you need to get familiar with that weapon and go to the range or go out in the field or go wherever you shoot and shoot that weapon. See how it does with different brands of the caliber of ammunition that it takes. See, I got my Ohio connection in the house tonight. We got north, south, east, and west covered in the state. So we don't have to worry about the zombie apocalypse. But, gear is important, folks. Right. As Bougie Prepper says, there's a difference between a boo-boo IFAK and a stop the bleed IFAK. And all the IFAKs I have and that we do here at Vision Preparedness are the IFAKs to stop the bleed. These are trauma kits, life experience, life-saving, first aid equipment in it. And since you mentioned that, Bougie, I'm going to go over a couple of things in the kit. And first of all, as I said, and I'm not going to tear this all apart, is a tourniquet. Get professional training on a tourniquet. This is a life-saving piece of equipment, folks, that everybody should have and know how to use. I'm with you, Krista, and welcome. Like she said, never been ashamed to not know, only shamed in not learning. Absolutely. If you don't know, ask. You can always drop me an email or ask somebody else that hey, how do you do this? But, in a IFAK trauma kit, you have things like a tourniquet. Now I'm gonna dig into this one. Another item that everybody should be familiar with this is a Israeli bandage. It's a pressure bandage. Make sure you know how to use pressure bandages. Do you know how to use a nasal pharyngeal air tube? This is to clear an airway that goes in your nose, and it's pretty simple. It's curved, and I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. It's curved. In the curve, you insert it so the curve follows the nasal cavity. And of course, there's gel that goes on this first to help slide it in. And you have to know what size to use. These come in 2 sizes. A size 20. This is a size 20, which is good for adolescents and infants. And the larger one is a 28, and this is for adults. This one is for adults. And in all of our IFAK kits, we give you both sizes. And of course, best thing on the planet, chest seals. If you have a sucking wound or a bullet wound, chest seals, and they always come in a 2-pack for an entrance wound and an exit wound if there is one. There's not always an exit wound on the body, but they come in 2-packs. So know how to use chest seals. That's why I tell everybody, take a Stop the Bleed class, take a first aid class. They're free, folks. You can find them in your area. We got to test out the gear we have. I've tested out pressure bandages, everything. And, to make sure I know how they work. Again, here's if you have to give CPR and breaths, a CPR shield that goes over their mouth and it inserts into their mouth, and then you blow in the other end so that you don't make contact with their skin. So, you want to make sure that you know how to use all this stuff. Then you have gauze. And also, if you have a tourniquet in your kit, I highly recommend this. Have a Sharpie in there, because once you apply that tourniquet, you do not take it off. You let the hospital take it off. And when you apply it and you put it on and you secure the windlass on it, you pull the tab over it, close it, and you write across it the time in which you applied the tourniquet. So, Sharpie. And then, with wound packing, there's a specific way to wound pack so you keep pressure on the artery, and you pack and you alternate fingers, keeping pressure on that artery from bleeding as you're putting in quick clot or gauze wound packing and all of that. So those are the things that you need to learn and practice. And that's why I say take the class. Right. You write the time down on it. Right. And I just lost my microphone. And I hope y'all can still hear me. How's that? Matter of fact, sound good? Everything okay with the sound? Because my mic fell off, and I want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Can I get a 5x5 by somebody? Mad Shad. He says he must admit my med kit is somewhat thrown together. No big deal. Shoot me an email. Send me a text, Shad. If you want an IFAC kit, no big deal. But we need to get medical training on this, folks. 5x5. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, everybody. And I don't do commercials for our products, and I do not have a warehouse that I need to empty because we're all going to die. But one of the things that we do, and we do pretty well at Vision Preparedness, is we hand pack and put together IFAC kits and mini IFAC kits, and we sell them. So that's my shameless plug for Vision Preparedness tonight. And our website is still under construction. So there it is. So this is our VFAC kit. And we also have a VFAC mini kit that has limited supplies compared to this one. And we also do custom kits and other stuff. But anyway, that's enough of that, because I don't like talking about myself and what we do. So, that's it, folks. We got to test our gear. And as Mad Chad said, in the military, they told us to mark it on their forehead. Absolutely. That's why you use your Sharpie. Yeah. That's why it's in the kit. If you don't want to write it on the tourniquet, you can, draw mustaches on them, play tic-tac-toe on their cheek, and then write the time on their forehead. They don't know the difference. Thank you, Bougie. She likes the mini. Yep. Trade. I got something cool for you. That'll work. I'm the bartering type. Badass said I had to patch up a guy at work. He split his leg wide open, and everyone was scared to help him. Right. I applied pressure, cleaned the wound, and got it wrapped. And he got 20 staples. Absolutely. And in my personal med kits, I have staples and staple removers as well, just in case. Right. Mark, you are absolutely right. Mark said carry 2. Right. In my truck, I actually have 4 tourniquets I keep in my truck. But yes, I say a minimum, you're right, a minimum carry 2 tourniquets. And triple threat will agree with that, because she tells the story that, she came up on a car accident, jumped out with her med kits and went to work on everybody that was in the accident. And the EMTs were impressed when they got there, because she had already treated and bandaged up everybody. And, that's what we have to do. So, that's why we prepare. Good to see you, TLC. Everybody else that came in that I missed, welcome. Glad to see you. And tonight's topic is, how much gear do you have that you have not tested? So if you've been on my lives the last couple of weeks, I've been on this kick of writing stuff down. Make a list of the gear you need to test that you have and check it off. So Bougie, since you asked, I'll tell you, this is our mini, and all of our kits come with the VFAC comes with the tearaway, so you can grab it and go. You can, if you have this like fastened in your car or your truck, it's got the tearaway back on it, where you can grab it and pull it off of whatever it's mounted to and carry the kit, and this still stays intact. The mini, you can, throw in your car, your truck, glove box, whatever, and it has its own quick release from right here. You just grab the red pull tab and pull, and it opens. So in here, we keep not everything that's in the VFAC, but you got your trauma shears. So if you have to cut away clothing, you can. And of course, it has a smaller Israeli bandage in it, pressure bandage, and some other things. Emergency rescue blanket, gloves, CPR shield, waterproof tape, and bandages, eye packages, and eye patches, and a small super skin band-aids. So that's the VFAC mini. You need a haircut, Wolfgang? So, you got to test your gear out, folks. And of course, if you have to use stuff out of your medical kit, make sure you replace it. Okay? Make sure you replace it. And, so everybody's talking about birthdays? Yeah, okay. So just replace the gear that you put in your kits if you have to use them. But just the biggest thing is test it out, use it, see what's going on. Welcome, Bug Out Adventurers. Good to see you. Welcome. That's what we do. Wound seal, yeah, yes. So, by the way, Wolfgang, do me a favor. Type in the word vision so that it drops your link. Folks, Wolfgang did a video on wound seal. He cut his finger open and he applied some of this, and what he used was a powder, and he goes through and explaining what it did and how quick it took care of it. So make sure you guys go check that video out. I think I can put it on my community tab, but check out Wolfang, folks. He's a good guy. We had a great conversation the other day. By the way, Mad Shad, if you haven't done it, you do it also. Drop Vision, put in your link. We got a lot of great content creators in here. Type Vision, drop your link, folks, and share the love. But the gear we have, folks, is what we had. We buy that gear for a reason, whether it would be a tent, fire starter, weapons, flashlights, all of my headlamps that I'm not using at the time, even though they have batteries in them, I tore a tab and put a tab in one of the batteries so that it can't accidentally come on and start draining the batteries. Of course, I keep tons of extra batteries. So that way, if a battery is dead, I can replace it quickly and keep it moving. Okay, Wolfang, he said he did a part 2 video. Good. Make sure y'all check it out. Subscribe to his channel. Same for Mad Shad. Check him out. These guys are great content creators, along with a whole bunch of other content creators in the chat. And, that's the whole thing. Anything I have that has batteries, I put a tab in it to keep one of the batteries from making contact so that it accidentally doesn't turn on. The other thing I have is I keep tons and tons of battery banks charged. I've got like dozens of these things that I keep charged so that I can use them at a moment's notice to charge either my cell phone or some other type of device that I may need charged. And I have some of these that recharge themselves with solar. They have solar banks on the top of them that'll recharge in the sun. So, and test them out. Use them, run them down, and then see how long it charges back up, how long it takes to charge back up. Mad Shad, he can't find a good bank. Any suggestions? I use Anchor, and I forget what the other brand of the one I have in my get home bag in my truck. Maybe there's some folks in the chat that can recommend good battery banks. I know Anchor's a good brand. So forth and so on. See, like I said, I don't know everything, but I can tell you what I know. Right. Yeah. Anchor, A-N, let me drop it in the chat. A-N-K-E-R, Anchor. That's the brand I use. Mark. Yeah. So, other than that, that's the brand I use for the battery chargers and the battery banks, rather. Right, exactly. As Wolfang said, we share what we can. That's why we're all here. Exactly. We talked about that on the Roaming Preppers channel. I don't know everything, but somebody in the chat may know something that I don't know. They may have experienced something I don't know. Super glue, right? Super glue works well, right? If you can't sew. Super glue also works on cuts. That's what is the brand? New Skin and some other brands, instead of stitches, you can put new skin on it and it'll close the wound. TLC says, I like Anchor too. Right, but keep all types on hand so the kids, right, I've got them all over the place. The kids, they need to charge everything. So I don't know what they're going to do if the grid goes down, but right. Right, super glue, I have too. It kind of works. Right, got to stop the bleeding to get it to work. Correct. You got to get the blood stopped first, then you can put that on there and it'll go from there. But folks, we have to test our gear. because we depend on it. Just like we prep food and water, our gear is just as important. We got to make sure it works. I was talking to another prepper. We were talking about a nuclear attack, radiation, and all that, and they have a mop suit. And I was like, that's cool. I said, I'm not going to prep for radiation. If a nuke goes off and it's wind direction, I'm taping up all the windows and vents, shutting it down and going downstairs. But I'm not going to. I'm going to hunker down and bug in. I'm not going outside until all that stuff is gone. Right, Jackery makes some pretty good battery banks, from what I hear. Also, right, you're right, Mark. Yep, Jackery makes them. There's tons of them out there. He said super glue was invented for wound treatment during Vietnam. Okay, I believe that. I believe that, Mark. Right. Bleed stop in the first aid kit. Good. Yep. Yep. I'm a firm believer of quick clot, C-locks, all of that stuff to stop a wound. And it works. Right. Bug out adventurers. Yep. You got to make sure you know how to use the gear and improvise if needed. Absolutely. I just got a new fixed blade in the mail today. A new tonneau with a full Damascus steel tang, and the handle is made out of diamond, is hand carved out of diamond wood. So I'll test this thing out and see if it works. If it doesn't, it'll cut something. But we got to test out our gear. Welcome, Boxed. Welcome. Good to see you. Going well. We're just talking about gear that we have that we may not have tested. Right. And Fed Up American said he has a suture kit in his med bag. I do too. I have a wound kit that is nothing but how to do sutures. Now, I'll say this about sutures. If you're going to sew somebody up, you better know what you're doing, and you better have a sterile environment, because once you pull that needle out of the packaging with the sutures on it, you do not put it down. You begin to suture. You don't put it down until you are done sewing up the patient. But get medical training on it. That is a whole nother level of training outside of first aid and stop the bleed. I had I was fortunate because, excuse me, my older brother, not only was he a lieutenant on the local fire department, he was a medic as well. He taught me how to do sutures. So, he was a plethora of information. So, those are the things you have to practice. You can buy suture kits online. Who was that? Wolfgang. We were talking the other day about sutures, and he was saying, he was watching a video and they were actually using a pig. Pig skin is the closest thing to human skin, and they were teaching that. And right, he has a sharpening stone, not that good though with it yet. Right, I don't know how to use a sharpening stone, and I have one somewhere, don't know where it is, but I need to either get it or find it and start practicing, because I've got a couple knives. I even got an axe that I need to sharpen without going up to the barn and pulling out the grinding wheel and sharpening it. Right. Mark says, wipe the wound away and discard gauze. Right. Don't go back over the wound with them. Correct. Correct. You have to clean it and sterilize it before you start using sutures or you're going to just cause an infection. Bug Out Adventures, thank you for coming. Do me a favor, hit that like button on your way out. And duct tape, hey, duct tape was made for men. Duct tape will fix anything, period. I don't care what they say. Duct tape will solve the world. So good to see you. Take care, Bug Out Adventure. Right. 4 grinders. Magic says I have 4 grinders and 25 stones and extra wheels. Yeah, exactly. Because you never know if you need them and what you may have to use. Gerber is a good knife. Yeah, Gerbers are good knives. But, these are the things we have to be familiar with. And I'm not stuck on brands. As long as it works and it works well, I'll use it. Especially if I have to make a shelter, if I'm out and don't have a tent, a tarp, and paracord, I will sleep good that night. So, those are the kind of things we have to work through. If you have any type of chemical suits or anything like that, at least put it on so you know that it at least fits and see what it does. So that way, you know that it works. Bougie says she has a leather strap I need to use to sharpen. Right, bushcraft nut. Right, leather straps work well to sharpen bushcraft knives, straight razors, all that good stuff. Yes. Yes. Yep. Paracord is a topic. Yeah. Paracord is I always have paracord. Always. I don't care if I have nothing on me but my weapon. I got paracord right here if I need it. Right there. And a fire starter built into it. So yeah, paracord is a whole, we could get into paracord the rest of the night. Right. Oh snap, they're calling the city and suburb deer up here. They will be giving away free venison. There you go. There you go, Shad. Yep, I'm with you, Wolfang. I have 550 paracord also. Yeah. Yep. 550 everything. Yep. Military grade 550. Right, Mark. Right. But folks, we have to practice, practice, practice. Train, train, train. Because we don't want any last minute malfunctions. And if it does malfunction, we either fix it or we pivot and use something else makeshift to finish the task at hand. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we always have to be on top of our game. And the only way we become familiar and become the expert with our gear is by practicing it and using it. So it's to the point where we don't even have to think about what to do with it. We know what to do with it and it works. Camouflage. Chameleon said, picked up a few of these bad boys just recently. Right. High quality and affordable. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Right. This was given to me and it's cool. I haven't taken it off from the day I got it. And I think I got this 2 years ago. And I think this is either when you undo it all, it's either 8 feet or 12 feet of paracord. But I keep paracord in all my bags, at least 100 feet of 550 military grade paracord in every bag I have. So, Box, he paints cars. I wonder if paint suits are good chemical suits. I don't know, but I can tell you this: check out either the instructions or the packing material that comes with it and find out. Yeah. Perceptive strategics. Currently, I'm interested in working on map and compass. Right. I'm really lacking in this training. I'm with you. I have maps and I have a compass. And it was funny because I was with a friend of mine who's military, and I pulled out my compass and I was looked at him and I was like, how the heck do you use this? And he laughed at me. Then he showed me what I need to do. And, then he said, you got topographical maps. And I was like, nope, I need to get topographical maps. He said, yeah, you need to get a topographical map of your area that shows water sources and all of that, so you can map those out if you need to go get water to bring back to make it drinkable. So that's about it. So I'm going to get topographical maps and I'm going to laminate them. So that way they don't get depleted or destroyed. Right. Wolfgang, he has paracord on a keychain. Right. Paracord is like duct tape. You can use it for everything. I have a pair of boots that the laces are paracord. So if need be, there you go. Right. And there you go, Mad Shad. Boy Scouts and DNR do nav courses in state parks. You know what? Thank you for telling me that, Mad Shad, because as everybody may know, may not know, I'm planning a bug out weekend in the spring in Columbus, Ohio, and it's going to be at a state park. So if I can find somebody from ODNR or a park ranger that will teach a course, a free course on using a compass and how to navigate, we'll make that one of the classes we have taught. Thank you so much for that thought, Mad Chad. I'm going to write that down and put that on the list of one of the classes. Yeah. Right, Mark, USGS. Right. Mark also said he bought satellite images of 5 miles radius. Right. In topos. Exactly. Exactly. From the USGS. Exactly. Have a good evening, Fed Up American. Good to see you. I'll talk to you later on this week. Triple Threat says they have a program here, Women in the Wilderness, a weekend course in the woods. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. As Mad Chat says, Roger that, Box. Right. 2 suits with a charcoal lining in between would work. Okay. There you go. There you go. And, that's how we learn. We exchange information. Wolfgang says he took one class on maps and compasses in the military. Okay, excellent. That's a class I would take because I don't know anything about them other than magnetic north. And that's pretty much it for me. But that's what we have to do. We have to use the gear. I've got compasses. I got military grade compasses. I need to learn how to use them. And got to bring that up. So hopefully the bug out weekend we'll have ODNR come in and teach a compass and map course, hopefully. With that, what time is it? 9:21. Wow. Yeah. Yep. So, for you guys in the military, ex-military, first of all, thank you for your service. And you've learned a lot. And you can teach a lot. Good, bad, and indifferent. So I appreciate y'all. For sure. Okay, so other than that, folks, testing our gear It has to become a priority. Right. Yep. Mark, you're right. Compasses are what happened there? Oh, compasses are cool. Right. I have a couple of them. And two other ones I have actually glow in the dark, pretty bright. Just in case you have to navigate at night. Absolutely. Absolutely. Compasses are amazing, so we got to use them. So with that, it's 9:22, and I try to stay around an hour. So I'll open it up to the chat and answer any questions if necessary. And all I can say is test, try out, use your gear, folks. You bought it for a reason. Just because it's sitting in a box, you might as well open it up, take it out, and test it. That's the only way you're going to get to use it. Mark says, right. And don't forget, you can learn the stars. Right. I can look up and find, the Big Dipper, the North Star. North Star is always the first one I'd try to locate. Yeah, absolutely. Bougie has a question. Do you have a date for ham radio training? Actually, I don't yet. I do know we're going to have a basic ham radio training at the bug out weekend, but I'm putting another one together, and I think that's the one you're talking about, Bougie. Hopefully, I need to talk to Matt and see when he's available, and I'm hoping to have it to do that before October is over. So there you go. It'll be soon, and I'll let you know for sure. And Donna, it's been a great chat. Appreciate you as well, Donna. Thank you for being a moderator along with Triple Threat. And as Mad Shad always says, peace, pace count, and dead reckoning. I love it. I love it. But yeah, you're welcome, Bougie. I will definitely keep you in mind. Any other questions, folks? This is the part where I appreciate you guys just coming and hanging out with me and listening to me babble. Listen to me sharing information that I think is important that could help somebody. Camouflage Chameleon, how is your pressure canning going? My pressure canning is good. What did I pressure can? I did some fruits and some vegetables. This weekend, I'm going to pressure can some chicken and hopefully some more beef. I'm taking some stuff out of my freezer and I'm gonna pressure can it and put it in the pantry. Yep, that's on the list. And box needs to start testing, getting used to using my gear. Right, same here. We got to do it. We have to, because in a stressful situation, I'll say, you don't want to be fumbling around with it. You want to know how it works, how to put it together, what you need to do with it so that you can get it going and use what you need to use. Mad Shad has a question. How much do your kits weigh? It's a good question. What I will do, though, Mad Shad, I will weigh one after my live and I'll text you. How's that? I'm glad you asked me that. That's a good question. So I will find that out for you tonight. And it's we're all here just to learn and share. Right. Exactly. Have a good night, Donna. I'll find out how much they weigh, Mad Chad, and let you know tonight. Yep. But that's what we do. It should weigh less than 2 pounds. 61 a dozen in the other. Yeah, I'd say it weighs less than 2 pounds. Have a good night, Mark. Thank you for coming. Hit the like button on your way out, my friend. I'd appreciate that and help the YouTube algorithms do whatever they do. I still don't understand that. As Magic says, test your bodies too. Right. Get in hell. I had my physical today and everything's good. And if you haven't, follow the angry fitness channel. Jason is doing a ruck exercise with a backpack. I think his is 30 pounds, and he's walking 1 or 2 miles a day or every other day. And I do it too. I throw on one of my packs and I walk through the woods back and forth a couple of times just to get used to it. And I got some other stuff that I'm going to throw on with it and walk. We got to get our bodies in shape. That's a good idea. Thank you for bringing that up, Mark Magic. That test your bodies. So, if you have plate carriers, body armor, put them on and walk with it. See how that'll work out for you. I'm just telling you, you need to test those things out. Can you maneuver with chest plates in? I have some, and I'm actually going to buy some different ones that are lighter. So, thank you very much, Camouflage. Everybody appreciate you as well. Without you, I wouldn't be anything. Thank you for coming to hang out, and I appreciate your time. And it is going on 9:30. Right. Magic said he's been working on toe touches. I'm with you. We all don't have to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. But routinely getting your body used to it, to toe touches, sit-ups, walks, runs, jogs, whatever you have to do it. Just get physically fit and start walking. Just walk. I was having a conversation with Triple Threat. She walks every morning or every other morning. It's all you have to do. Thank you, Triple Threat, for dropping that link. There's the Angry Fitness channel right there. Check out his channel. He's doing some great stuff to keep us in shape. With that, I want to thank all of my amazing moderators. I want to thank everybody for coming to spend time with me, and I appreciate you. I hope I've given you something to at least think about. And there'll be more information coming with the one-day bug out meet and greet for those of us in Ohio. And also later in the spring, we're going to have a bug out weekend for surrounding states and anybody else that wants to show up and hang out with some like-minded people. Perfect time to bring your gear and test it out also and work on it and go from there. Once again, folks, I want to say this in closing. Keep prepping because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. God bless everybody. Everybody have an amazing evening. Have a safe weekend, and I will see you soon. I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.